Today we will solve jump game 3. So this is lead code problem number 1306. So let's see the problem statement. So we are given an array of non-negative integers and we are given one start index. So for example, let's say this is the array of non-negative integers and this is the starting index. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So starting index is 5. And we are allowed to jump to the left and to the right of the current index, and the jump step is the value of element at that index in the array. For example, if we are at 1, we can only jump one step. If the value here is 2, we are at some step, some index, and the value here in the array is 2. So we can jump 2 steps to the right or 2 steps to the left. We cannot jump intermediate steps. So this is the possibility. But if let's say the array ends here after one position, but then we cannot jump to the 2 positions since we will go out of the array. Similarly, on the left side, if this is the beginning of the array, then we cannot jump before that array. So we have to add that check. And we have to figure out that can we ever reach any index which has a value of 0. For example, in this array we have just one value which is 0. We can have multiple zeros also. So you have to just check whether we can reach a 0 or not. In some cases it may not be possible. Let's say we have 2, 0, 2. This is the array and we are at, let's say, this thing. We cannot jump to the right. We can jump here. Again, from here we can not jump to the left, and we will jump here and we will come back where we were earlier. So in this case we can never reach 0. So in this case we will return false. In this case we will return true. Let's see how. So from 1 we can jump to 2 or 3, both places. Let's say we jump to 3. So we come here at 3. After one step, from 3 we can jump 1, 2, 3. So we will come here. And now from 2 we can jump to 0. So there is a solution. There can be multiple solutions. So as soon as you reach that index, you return true. No need to check for any other solution. So when you see this problem, you would relate it to some kind of graph thing. So these are different nodes in the graph, these indices, and you are at some starting index. This is exactly what we do in graph problems, graph traversal. We are starting at some node and we have to reach at some node. Let's call it destination. So this is the source, this is the other one is destination. In this case, destination is any of the zeros. There can be multiple destinations. So you stop your traversal as soon as you reach one of those destinations. So we can start a depth first search here and keep track of visited nodes, because once you reach back to a node, you would have already explored whether there are solutions or not. So maybe that if you come here and you are not keeping track of visited, you will again take the same path and again reach there. So that's why we keep track of visited nodes, same as graph traversal. And as soon as we reach a visited node again, then we return false. Or if we go out of array, we return false. So let's see how we can solve it. So let me write a pseudocode. So we have a function can reach, and we have the array A, and we have the starting index S. And let's keep a visited. You can keep this visited boolean of the same size as this array, or you can just keep it as a hash set which will be empty initially, and you keep inserting the indices which you visited into it so that its size can be much smaller than the size of the array. Let's say you find 0 right after visiting 5, 6 nodes and the size is here 100. So you don't need to keep a complete 100 size boolean array. for keeping track of visited. So what we will do, if we reach, so if S is in visited, or the index S is more than equal to A dot size, since the last index is A dot size minus 1, or S is less than 0, then return false. So I'm writing DFS, so you can guess recursive way is the easier way for writing recursion. And if this AS, the value at this index which we are currently visiting, is equal to 0, then we have reached the destination. So return true. Otherwise, what we will do, if none of these cases are there, that means it's not 0 and we are coming here for the first time, so we will mark it visited. So visited dot insert this index S, and then this is not 0, this index currently. Now we have marked it visited, and we have to check that next step we can take it either to the, this is I plus AI, this is the next step, or the next step can be I minus AI. So we solve this problem again. So now initially we were at I, or in this case S. Next step we will be either at S plus AS or S minus AS. So the same function we can call there also. So return can reach A S plus AS, or can reach A S minus AS. If this part itself returns true, then no need to calculate this part. The second part we found a 0. So this is very simple, and now let's see what is the time complexity. So it's the same as traversing this. In the worst case, you may need to visit all the values. So the time complexity can be O of n, and this visited set, it may be very small, but it can be up to O of n when you visit every node. So the space and time both are linear in this case. Now let's write the code for this. So we will keep a visited set unordered set, initially it's empty since none of the nodes are visited. If S is already visited, we have reached it again, so we no need to search again, just return false, or start is less than 0, or start is greater than equal to size, then return false. If this is already 0, we have reached the destination, then return true. Otherwise we will mark it visited first. And move to the next step and call the same function there. Start plus ARR start, or and let's see if it works. So this is capital R. So this works for the first test case, and let's submit it now, and the solution is accepted. So I hope you understood this problem.